welcome to the Codex Prime Podcast. We are on episode 134, and it is Tuesday, August 28, 2018. I am your host, Victor Omoayo, and with me, as always, is my co-host and social media chair, Carl Byrd.
What up, y'all?
Yes, indeed, man. We are back last week of August, and it is hot. It's blazing out there.
It's hazy as fuck. Man, let me adjust this mic.
Yeah.
Should have did that before we started. Yo, it's hazy as hell. Like, just... I don't know, the sky just looked kind of weird to me, and I was just like, it was a high tide out at the beach, and I'm just like, this is gross.
Yeah. Like, would you say this is perfect beach weather, or is it too hot for that? Yeah, it's doable.
Yeah.
But man, going outside is just it's a slog. Like even if you just took a 10-minute walk outside, that would be some good exercise for the day. Get to lose a pound or half a pound.
There you go.
Yeah. And tomorrow's going to be even hotter on Wednesday, another 95-degree day. Yeah, but stay hydrated, y'all. That's what we got to do. Kyle Chapman, thank you for joining us. And also big shout outs to you, my friend, as well as Eddie and Brian for the UWO podcast.
They're on Twitter now.
They are on Twitter.
Follow
yes.
them at UWO401.
Yeah, man. Yeah, doing big things in the Twitter sphere. Last week. And also big shout outs to Adrian as well. Had a crazy chat when it came to WrestleMania. Well, not WrestleMania. Wrestling, SummerSlam, and NXT Brooklyn, which is NXT's WrestleMania, basically.
And listen, my cousin told me, she's like, I caught you guys, and like, y'all was just lit.
Yeah, man. Like there was one point towards the end of the episode where Eddie and Adrian were just going at each other. I just looked at the camera like, yeah,
Dude, was you still on the show?
I was still on the show.
No, like I listened back at it and I was just like, where the hell's Victor?
I know, because when you have four spirited people, like passionate people when it came to wrestling, I knew I was like, you know what, I'm gonna let them have most of the airtime. Just go crazy, make it happen. And Kyle was overdue because for a couple episodes, it was like handicap matches. Like he was the lone Roman Reigns fan, and he had some much needed support. He had the big dog, fan, Adrian, the ultimate big dog fan, having his back. Yep, the big pup, the biggest puppy in the kennel, biggest puppy in the litter, who is the current Universal Champion.
Who needed backup, just like Kyle.
Yep, who? Yep, right there. Boom, just like Kyle, just like Kyle, like Roman needed backup. He needed backup. And but it was cool, man. And
he's gonna be so pissed at me for that.
And you know what? While we're talking about the wrestling tip, man, big shout outs to the Wrestling Fantasy Warfare group.
My goodness.
Yo, last night's Monday Night Raw thread was the best of the year and the funniest of the year. I actually saved it and I read
I did too. It's really like up there when we did the Raw 25 thread. That was hilarious.
Yeah, man. Like so many great Corbin Wader jokes. Loved it.
Yo,
loved it.
That's literally the best TGI Fridays I'll ever go to.
Oh yeah. I mean, there were some really good zingers. Like I had one where like Corbin, because he's for those who don't know, Corbin, he always dresses. He dresses with the black vest, kind of looks like a waiter at TGI Fridays, basically. We had some good zingers. Like I threw one out there. Like Corbin looks like the server who would give the black patrons bad service because he assumes they won't tip well.
And it just kind of went off from there, and nobody was safe.
Nobody.
Like nobody on the Raw roster was safe. Oh
yeah, like Brian Lopes had a really good Yelp review.
That's where it started.
Yep. Oh man, Stephanie looks like the restaurant owner who would call immigration on the staff just to see them panic.
What I say, Alexa Bliss looks like the hot waitress who can't let go of her past as a Hooters girl.
Oh yeah. You had a good one too with Sasha and Bailey.
Oh, the ones Sasha and Bailey are the two teenagers that work second shift and in the weekends just so they can pay off just so they can pay for school, and they're working up. Wait, I just screwed that whole
You,
thing.
you did, man.
I did. No, Sasha and Bailey had
Botch.
2 teenagers working after school off a work permit from Central High School. Now, for those who don't know, for our viewers outside of the state of Rhode Island, if you were under the age of 16, you had to go to Central High School to get a work permit in order to obtain a job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I had one. I had a couple, actually.
Yeah, man. Hustling starts early. And also, shout outs to Stephen Ho. Welcome to the show. My friend.
What up, Steven?
Yeah.
Another shout out.
Yep.
Our sponsor,
Yes.
Studio Headphones.
Oh, yes. Studio Regent.
You want some good quality and some very stylish headphones? There you go. Just go to Codex, just go to studio.com and use the Codex, use the promo code. Jesus Christ, man. Use the promo code Codex to get 15% off. And shout outs to our own girl, Shannon J. Hartley, for tuning in.
Yep. Yeah, man. And free shipping all across the USA.
That is your favorite part, isn't it?
That is actually.
I just learned that. And also, we got merchandise. Pick up a Codex Prime t-shirt at wehavemerch.com/collections /Codex Prime podcast.
Word. Yeah, get that Codex Prime t-shirt for the man or the lady in your life.
Man, you haven't said that in years, and it's been great.
I know. I had to bring it back for this time. I had to bring it back. And Kyle, he looks like he has like throwing some shots your way. He says that Carl would need backup when that San Francisco game starts.
You know, go damn well it's not San Francisco.
What's SF?
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter? I'm thinking like fantasy football or whatever. Like whatever.
Oh yeah, we just had our draft Sunday.
Oh, so it's like it was like so. You want to talk a bit about that Final Fantasy football, whatever it's called? Is it
just fantasy football?
Yeah.
We just had our draft, and now we're just waiting for the season to start.
Okay.
What's going on, Jenny?
Okay. Yeah, so that's cool. So it's like so you got like Cloud Strife has his own football team, and then you got like Titus from Final Fantasy X.
You know good and well how fantasy football works.
Guy's own little football team. Well, Blitz. It would be Blitzball for Titus, but you know.
Blitzball.
Yeah. Yeah. So I take it you're still gonna watch the NFL season.
I am.
Yeah, you ain't shit.
Shut up.
You ain't shit. And you see, none.
Shut up.
You
ain't shit either.
You NFL fans ain't shit. Y'all ain't got no principles.
We have principles, but still, at the same time, we just want to be happy and watch football.
You can be happy by not watching football.
I can, but I want to be happy and watch football.
I mean, well, technically, I don't know how happy you're going to be when you watch the Cowboys lose another season, but anyway.
First of all, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right.
Will you be?
Yeah.
All right. Just, I mean, when you think about it, the Cowboys are like the Baron Corbin of the NFL, lots of waiter jokes, for Corbin. So
God, those were so great. I still can't get over it. Like the best. I was just reading those back like earlier this morning, and I'm just like dying.
Oh yeah, man. But yeah, we got some stuff to talk about. Some news coming your way, as well as some things we've been up to.
So as I'm sharing.
Yep.
Go ahead and go. You go ahead and go.
Yeah, I'll kick it off. Yeah, what I've been up to, man, just busy with work. Haven't had as much time to watch movies. Well, actually, the time that I would be spending watching movies, I've used that time to read comics, and I've caught up on a mess of comics in the DC universe.
You didn't go see any movies this weekend?
Nah,
Damn.
because I was kind of broke. So
yeah, that happens. No, because you know what? There's one movie I'm very interested in hearing your review of.
Oh, which one?
Crazy Rich Asians.
Yes, I still plan on seeing Crazy Rich Asians. I will see it this weekend though.
Okay.
I'll have a review for next week.
I'm ready. I'll be ready for that one.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I've been spending time catching up on a lot of comics from the DC universe. I've read all 50 issues of Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. Which is a fantastic series. It's by Robert Venditti, who wrote all 50 issues. And man, if you even have some curiosity about Hal Jordan and Green Lanterns. That's definitely a series that you can pick up and start, even from issue 1, or even from if you look at the trade paperbacks, you can read from volume 3, Quest for Hope, and that's a really good starting point for the Hal Jordan series. It's really cool. It focuses on obviously Hal Jordan, the preeminent Green Lantern, as well as John Stewart, who's the leader of the Green Lantern Corps. Also, Guy Gardner, the lovable douchebag of the GLC. Also, Kyle Rayner, also known as the White Lantern, and it's a really dope series. Like, I really love the world building and the universe that it takes place in. Lots of great characters, and there was this really great run in the last few issues of the Hal Jordan series, which involved the Dark Stars. And what I really liked about that with that particular run was that it kind of touched on the fact that the Green Lantern Corps, they're basically space cops, superhero cops, and Hal Jordan, he confessed that sometimes the thought crosses his mind of killing a few villains. He figures, what, we bust the bad guys, we save the day, but many cases where villains just escape and just do the same thing over again. Wouldn't it be easier if every once in a while we just kill one villain, and didn't just make things a little easier. Send a message. So I like the fact that that thought kind of crossed his mind, because that was something that I wondered too. It's like, well, space cops, and then when you think about real cops, and all the controversies that real cops get into, and it's like, if Hal Jordan went down that road, imagine that on imagine real cop controversies on an intergalactic scale. It's just something that I thought about, but it's a really dope series. I won't give any spoilers, but
I'm pretty sure the DCEU would completely ruin it.
Yeah, they would. I mean, I would love to see a Hal Jordan movie done right, that can wash away the memory of Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds.
He did at the end of Deadpool 2.
Oh yeah, literally he did. But yeah, man. I mean, I think it has enormous potential if done right. If they take the Wonder Woman approach by hiring the right director, the right writers, and the right actors that actually care about.
Yeah, it's got to be a passion project. But.
Yeah, it's got to be it can't be studio mandated. So I would love to see Green Lantern done justice on the big screen once again, because it has potential, and DC can do it with the right amount of talent.
Isn't Green Lantern a member of the Justice League?
Yes, he is.
Why didn't they have him instead of Cyborg? Oh wait, they needed Cyborg to be the key.
Oh yeah, the key. Yeah, and plus they figure, well, we need a black hero. We need to have diversity in the ranks.
Yeah, somewhat of Jason Momoa.
Yeah, Jason
He's
Momoa.
a small one, so.
Yeah, but at the same time, Cyborg, he's just there. Yeah, I mean, you could have gotten John Stewart. You could have gotten somebody else. I don't know, but yeah, Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, well worth it. Also, Green Lanterns, I caught up with that. I'm on issue 53, which is the latest issue. That's been pretty dope. If you're curious about Green Lanterns, that follows Jessica Cruz and Simon Baz, the Green Lanterns of Earth. And if you've been keeping up with the series, if you read issue 50, issue 50 onwards of Green Lanterns takes place after the events of issue 50 of Hal Jordan's series. So just keep that in mind if you read that series.
Okay, so shout out to Mitch Tony, and I'm glad he actually said this with you talking.
Yeah.
He said that he'd like to see the Phantom done right.
Yeah.
Now I knew that you was always a fan of the movie from what was it, 97?
96.
96 with Billy Zane.
Yeah.
Who hasn't really done much since.
Yeah, that's true.
He was in Titanic.
He was in Titanic and
Phantom.
Maybe a bunch of straight to video stuff.
Possibly.
Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I agree with Mitch. I would love to see the Phantom done justice. Especially Phantom 2040.
Who made him Dark? That's a Dark Horse property, right?
I believe so. It wasn't originally Dark Horse, but I think they have the rights to it now. Either them or Valiant. I'm not sure. But yeah, I would love to see the Phantom done right, and I think now is a perfect time to bring that series back because there's so much you can do with the Phantom, and like you can put it like in the 30s time period, like the original series, or like
That would be cool. That would be cool.
yeah, or like kind of remix it, maybe like an alternate version of the 30s, like with some futuristic tech, kind of like
Yeah.
blend elements of like 2040 in there. That would be really dope. And that kind of reminds me of another 30s hero. Have you ever read the series of the DC comic series of Batman and the Shadow?
No, but I remember the shadow. I remember there was a Shadow movie in the '90s as well.
Yeah, with Alec Baldwin.
Baldwin.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've heard some good things about the Batman Shadows comic series. I've been curious about that. I've seen it like sitting on comic shelves.
Mitch Tony says King Features owns the rights to the Phantom.
King Features. Okay, yep. Yeah. But yeah, I would love to see the Phantom come back on the big screen or even in comic book form because just
think there's
so
still-
much potential.
I think they're still in publication.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think there's some like in like newspapers, like among the funny section. Also, Eddie joined and Aris joined as well. Welcome to
Oh,
the show. Oh, what were you gonna say?
I just said, "Oh Jesus."
Yeah. So
Eddie, you missed you missed it when we talked about the last night's thread.
oh yeah.
You gotta watch back.
And yeah, besides that, just been revisiting a couple of games. I'm replaying through The Witcher 3.
Yeah, you are. I need you to get something new.
Yeah, I will, but I mean, I just love The Witcher 3 so much.
I know you do, but I'm like,
I mean, because like there's a lot that I haven't done in the main quest, so I want to I'm actually replaying it on easy mode because like
you can breeze through it so quickly.
like quicker. Like it still has a somewhat fair amount of challenge, but like it's more like you can concentrate on the story more than like like building potions and oils and whatnot. But yeah, I've been playing through The Witcher 3, getting through their story mode. I actually want to finish the 2 DLC storylines, Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine, which wraps up the entire Witcher series from what I've heard. So I've been revisiting that, and I've been replaying GTA 5.
I've noticed that as well.
Yeah, man.
Like, is he gonna play anything else?
No, I mean, well, I do have the Yakuza series, Yakuza 0 and Yakuza Kiwami, which I bought. They were like $20 a pop, so I'm like, oh, I'll pick those up.
Why don't you do that?
I played a little bit of Yakuza 0, which the storyline so far is pretty intriguing. Like, I'd say about 3 hours in, but that's a game that I really have to like sit down and really focus on playing. But once I get Witcher and GTA 5 out of my system, I'll play again. Then I'll play Yakuza 0, and of course, there's 2 big profile games coming out in the next couple months. Like next week, I believe, is Spider-Man.
Yep.
On September 7th, I think.
Yes. Yep. Already got my pre-order in, so
Yeah, so I'm definitely keeping an eye out on that. I mean, once I get my finances up, I will get a copy, and of course, Red Dead Redemption 2.
that's October, isn't it?
Yeah, October 20 something, and the gameplay videos have come out, and man, that looks like a work of art.
You really think it's gonna live up to the hype?
Oh, absolutely. Like Red Dead Redemption was my favorite game of 2010. Like
Yeah,
that's
so-
one of Rockstar's finest games, and the storyline is like incredible. And I'm really intrigued to seeing what they bring to Part 2, being a prequel and all. But it just looks absolutely breathtaking.
So you can play Red Dead Redemption 2 without playing the first one.
Yeah, you can. Like it follows the same gang, the Dutch Vanderlinde gang,
Yeah.
but with a different character. And I like some of the mechanics that it introduces. Like for example, like your gang is like your family, and like you set up different camps, and you get to like do side missions for them, or like build the camp up in different ways. And there's hunting, and it just looks incredible. It's so realistic, and just looking at it, it's like, man, this is like playing a Western film.
Yeah,
Like-
I don't think I caught the. I don't think I've caught the footage.
Oh yeah, you can like go on YouTube, type in Red Dead Redemption 2.
No,
like,
I'm sure I
it's-
can.
Like it's really dope. Like that's something that it's worth getting. And like if you do have a chance, you should definitely find some time to play Red Dead Redemption for PS3 because it really is worth it.
I don't have a PS3 anymore.
Oh, really?
Nah, I traded that in when I got my PS4.
Damn. Well, maybe hopefully there'll be a remaster of something for.
I'm sure. Maybe. Yeah, probably.
I mean, at this point, because with all the resources being put into Part 2, I don't see the need for a remaster for Red Dead Redemption. But
yeah, but there's nostalgia heads out there.
Oh yeah, that's true. And also, speaking of video games, definitely check out the gameplay footage of Cyberpunk 2077.
That's been like blowing up my Twitter like for the past like 2-3 days.
Yo, like before you showed up, like I watched the first 24 minutes of it, and because it's like 48 minutes, and man, it makes the Deus Ex games look like a glorified tech demo. Like it looks like Blade Runner 2049 in interactive form.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, because I remember seeing like the trailer for it at this year's E3, and I'm just like, it's like I compared it to another game on acid. I can't remember what, but
yeah, but yo, it does look like another masterpiece. And CD Projekt Red, like they don't know how to make bad games. Like all the Witcher games have been amazing, and Cyberpunk 2077, yo. I will go out of my way to get that game. Like, I will sell your soul to get that game.
Why my soul? I'm sure there's.
Well,
I'm sure there's people out there who'll be glad for you to do that, but.
Well, if I sell your soul, I wouldn't get much for the game. But anyway.
Probably not.
But yeah, man. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much what I've been getting into. And yes, Kyle, Witcher 3 is a classic. I agree with that. A modern classic for sure. Let's see. Mitch also said, in reference to superheroes, a pulp hero, the Avenger of Justice Inc., has never been done, much like the Shadow / Doc Savage. Indeed.
As long as they get into the right hands, I'll be cool with it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so much good stuff out there, especially in the comics world.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I've been up to quite a bit this past weekend. I actually picked up the Deadpool 2, the super duper cut.
Nice.
Still had a blast watching that all over again. Like I literally had to when it came to, hopefully everybody saw at this point because I'm about to yell out a spoiler. Oh, yeah. Brad Pitt's cameo. Mm-hmm. And I had to pause it and be like, yo, that's really Brad Pitt. And I had to stop and just laugh. Mm-hmm. For 5 minutes. I'm like, yo, how did he get that? Like why would he do? I'm like, yo, Brad Pitt of all people. Yeah, I wouldn't have expected it.
Yeah, that was so hilarious. I was dying when I saw that in the theater.
So yeah, and then there's actually if you watch, they had the uncut version, so there's extra hidden scenes and all that. I didn't really go too deep into all the extra stuff, but the credit scenes, there's actually another one that they didn't show in the theater.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so after, I probably might spoil. I won't spoil I won't go too deep into the spoiler. So they show the ones that they showed in the theater, and then the last one was Deadpool goes back in time to where Hitler was born.
Oh, my God. Really?
And he's going back and forth. He's like, oh, my gosh, should I do it? I don't know if I can. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. So he's going through that age-old question. Mm-hmm. If you could go back in time, would you kill baby Hitler?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Does he?
They show what he does in the post-credit. In the theater, there was no post-credit scene. Mm-hmm. But the post-credits, you see what he does.
Oh. You're just going to leave it there?
Yep.
Okay, I will pick up.
Yep, because I'm getting yelled at by Anissa right now. I was like, don't spoil it.
All right, in that case, I will pick up a copy of Deadpool 2 soon.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. It was so worth it. Let me see. One comic that I did check out was The Edge of Spider-Geddon #1, which was written by Jed MacKay and art by Gerardo Sandoval. Mm-hmm. And it actually follows it's a story and follows a new Spider-Man, aka Spider-Punk, which is basically like a punk rock version of the Marvel universe, and his alias is Hobie Brown, which is a black, young black guitarist.
Yep.
And he was bitten by a spider that was infected by illegal waste. So of course, I think there's no other way that you can turn into Spider-Man. So he's actually he gets into a battle with Kang the Conglomerator, who's from the year 2099, and he runs his business where he just sells nothing but he sells like Spider-Punk merchandise.
Okay.
And it's a hot ticket, so he comes back in time to actually take Spider-Punk back into the future as a marketing ploy. So he sends like his little minions to try to attack him and kidnap him. And Captain Anarchy, which is a punk rock version of Captain America, comes to say, tries to help him out, and then he actually reaches out for help with a punk rock version of the Hulk.
Okay, I'm picturing that in my head.
It's weird.
Okay.
It's very weird. There's only one issue that's been out. It's a decent, fun little read, but I really don't see myself like following the whole story arc.
Okay.
Like, I think I just got it, and I'm like, okay, like, I think my curiosity has been killed. So, I mean, if you're willing to take, I say check it out, but see, I guess your opinions will be your own.
Yeah, to each his own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully. And then Saturday, which is definitely the reason why why Aris tuned in. Saturday was our quarterly Freddy Cup tournament.
Ah, okay.
Okay, it was a fun time to be had by all. The games that we played were Street Fighter V, Injustice 2, Tekken 7, Dragon Ball Fighter Z. The retro game was actually Pocket Fighter for Sega Saturn.
Nice.
So it was a fun time to be had by all. And the main event game was Dead or Alive 5, Last Round, excuse me.
Okay.
Fun game. It took, of course, everybody had to put their phones down. Nobody can strategize. You had to just go in, button mash, try to figure out the game right then and there. I advanced one round and then just got beat. And I kind of did, I did my thing in Dragon Ball and Street Fighter. So a couple of guys got these hands.
Okay.
I won my Braun Strowman Get These Hands t-shirt.
Nice.
But like I said, Dead or Alive 5 was actually a pretty fun game though.
Okay. Is that new or has it been out for a while?
I think it came out in 2015.
Okay. Yeah.
And at the end of the night, Freddy won.
Okay. Won his own
the
turn.
one who organizes the Freddy Cup, he finally was able to take the Master Sword home for himself. Congratulations to Freddy.
Nice.
It was a great time. Looking forward to the next one. And Mitch, we are based out of Rhode Island.
That's right.
A little state that's not a part of New York.
That's right. Is it Long Island?
Now, I always just wonder. I'm like, did you pay attention in social studies or geography? Like, did you watch Carmen Sandiego at all?
For real. Yeah,
We are from where Peter Griffin is from. Yeah. That's what you have to say nowadays.
Yeah, we're the Family Guy state.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, shout out to my little cousin, who's also my goddaughter. We was FaceTiming each other, just catching up, and she didn't know anybody from Rhode Island. I just happened to be downtown, and she's a avid Family Guy fan, so I just showed her the buildings that you can see the three main skyscrapers that you see in the background of Family Guy whenever they show the exterior shot of the house. And she lost her shit when she saw that. Like, she couldn't believe that it was real.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. VA's representing over. So another comic, really cheap comic that I actually wanted to read back when it came out was Marvel's New Year's Eve special with Charlemagne the God. It was on the Marvel app for like $2.
Okay.
So I was like, why not? It was actually written by Charlemagne the God and art by Nelson Blake II and J.J. Giles. Nelson Blake II also did the art for the Spider-Man annual that I reviewed about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So then basically the story is Charlemagne gives Norman Osborn Donkey of the Day for threatening to move Oscorp overseas, and Charlemagne's like, okay, go ahead. Like, if you're gonna do it, like, make sure don't threaten us. Promise us. Like, I don't see nobody rocking anything from Oscorp and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So Charlemagne just kind of like tears him a new one.
Okay.
Norman Osborn's pissed, infuriated, and he's trying to figure out a way to get back at Charlemagne.
Mm-hmm.
So he meets up with Cottonmouth, Sabretooth, and a whole bunch of other Marvel villains. Hey, Cousin Mary. Mm-hmm. And Charlemagne is actually throwing an exclusive New Year's Eve party to raise money for charity, and and you had to be. It's an exclusive list, and you had to be on the list, and it was being held at Avengers Tower. So all the Avengers were there: Misty Knight, Iron Fist, Captain America, Luke Cage was there. Luke Cage and Charlemagne were like boys. Mm-hmm. So then all the supervillains come and crash the party. So of course, all the heroes were, battling off the villains. Mm-hmm. And Green Goblin, who is actually Norman Osborn, confronts Charlemagne. Charlemagne uses a supersonic voice that he never knew he had, and it turns out that Charlemagne was an Inhuman the whole time.
What?
Yeah.
What? Okay.
That's how he fights him off, and then that was it.
So
it was well worth my $2.
I think that was $1.99 too high.
You just hate Charlemagne.
I mean, he's a radio host. I mean, Norman Osborn could just
he's a huge Marvel guy as well too. So I think it's kind of dope that like somebody from hip hop is like crossing over into like the realm of comic books, which you don't see happen too often.
Right. But I'm saying that in the comic, in that story, Norman Osborn could have just like thrown a pumpkin bomb at him and just disintegrated him and call it a day.
Possibly.
Yeah. Then he would cancel the Breakfast Club, just buy out that studio that hosts the show, and just shut them down.
Don't you enjoy watching Breakfast Club interviews?
They're hit or miss with me. Like it heavily depends on like who they're talking to, and like sometimes I get the feeling like they'll have like one guest on the show, and then like everything's cool. Then they'll have another guest to sort of counterpoint the previous guest they have. Then they'll talk shit about the previous guest that they have interviewed, and it's like, well, that's kind of duplicitous. That's kind of two-faced, right there. Like for example, this was probably like last year. Like they had an interview with Janet Mock, transgender activist and author. They had her on the show, and they interviewed her. It was a good interview. Mm-hmm. The next day, they had Little Duval.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember that. And he wasn't really talking,
cracking shit like, oh, he's a dude. And then like Charlemagne, he wasn't really. None of the Breakfast Club hosts were like pushing back at him like, yo, that's not cool. They were like big. They were like kind of encouraging like him to throw those jokes up.
No.
Kind of like
they were like, yeah, and I guess they set it up unintentionally. Like I remember, I like vaguely remember the interview because it happened so long ago. Mm-hmm. Was it last year?
I think it was. I think it
was last year.
Yeah.
I literally like forgot all about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like when I saw that, I'm like, well,
the Minister Farrakhan one was very good though. That was probably one of my favorite interviews that they ever did.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the one with Jay-Z as well, because Jay-Z's a good storyteller. Mm-hmm. I think they had Memphis Bleak on the show, too. Memphis Bleak is an awesome storyteller.
Oh, wow. That's good. Is he still doing music?
No, he's like, I think here and there, mm-hmm. But I know he does like some, I know he works for Rock Nation.
Okay. Like an executive or something?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. He's doing something. But Yeah, but yeah, like I said, yeah, that's how I feel about the
Okay.
show.
And then the last thing I've been up to is that I actually beat the Madden long shot homecoming feature that they had in Madden 19.
Okay.
So it actually the story continues to follow the stories of Devin Wade and Colt Cruz, who were the main characters in the story from last year. As Devin is focused on making the final 53 roster of the Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even like the team to choose. Like, he's just on the Cowboys.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah, shut up. You're such a dick, man. You really are. And while Colt, on the other end, is still trying to make it to the NFL, but yet he's also dealing with coaching his high school football team. And then he, after his high school coach dies, and then taking in his long lost sister.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very interesting story. It's just like it's still the same formula like the choose your own adventure, but not so much. You actually focus more on like the football aspect of it. Mm-hmm. And actually Ron Cephas Jones, Andrew Batchelor, who's also known as King Batch on like Instagram and Vine, who's famous for Vine, mm-hmm. and Chris Sullivan, who also, along with Ron Cephas Jones, plays on This Is Us, and who is also known as Taserface in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Mm-hmm. They also make cameo appearances in the long shot feature. Though I actually do enjoy it. It's just like a different addition to the Madden franchise.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. Is Mahershala Ali still in it?
Nah, he's not in it.
Oh, okay.
Well, because in the first one he played Devin's father, who ended up passing away.
Okay.
So in the first one he was still kind of dealing with that tragedy, but he seemed to have gotten past it as the story went on.
Okay.
So so you can kind of say like he's written out of the picture, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. All right. Oh, and speaking of Mahershala Ali, True Detective season 3 is coming out January.
I posted it, but I did not take the time to watch it. But there was one trailer that came out, and I literally screamed.
Oh, which one?
Streets of Rage 4 is in development.
I saw that.
Oh my God, the kid and me, like, I can't wait.
That's gonna be pretty cool.
Like, I have the little Sega Master System, but it doesn't have it. I'm literally about to get the PS4 Sega Classics, which have the same games as the Sega Master System, but they have Streets of Rage.
Oh yeah. So
I will get those just for Streets of Rage. I will get Part 4. I will reach out to my cousin Joe and be like, yo, Joe, get your ass over here. Mm-hmm. We playing Streets of Rage 4. I cannot play that game without... I mean, I can play it by myself, but I got to do it with him. I have beaten every single game with him, and this one will be no exception.
All right. Yeah, taking it back to the old school.
I freaking love Streets of Rage. And if I forget his name, but if they got the same person doing the soundtrack, it's a Game of the Year candidate.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Streets of Rage 4 looks to be the third good Streets of Rage game, because you had 1 and 2, and 3 was hot trash.
3 was fun.
Yeah, it wasn't. It really wasn't, though.
3 was fun. You didn't have nobody to play it with. You only child spoiled brat.
I mean, it wasn't that. It was just that the game was needlessly cheap. It was needlessly hard. It was even on normal mode.
Oh yeah, and we had a blast playing it.
Yeah, that game, and then the whole conceit of like, oh, you gotta like beat the game at a certain time to defuse all the bombs in the city, and it's like, and then you had like the old man cyborg.
Yeah.
Was he an android? I don't know. The game didn't work. It didn't work. I'm sorry. Streets of Rage 3 is like the bastard stepchild of that series.
It wasn't the best one, but I mean, 2 was definitely the best one.
Oh, absolutely.
Like hands down, the best one.
Yeah.
The most memorable, the best soundtrack, and all that. 3 was cool. 3 was okay.
Yeah.
3 was good. If I would rank them, it would be 2, 1, 3. Like Long Beach.
Yeah, I would say like Streets of Rage 3 is like the candy corn / mounds of the series. That's what I think.
Yeah, I got a bone to pick with you about that post that you put on Facebook. Explain it real quick.
Oh yeah, So Carl and I we're part of this Facebook group called Byrd Memes, and apparently somebody posted a candy corn anti-candy corn video This is how you properly eat candy corn. And somebody just like emptied a whole bag into a trash can. And
Correct.
And that's the proper way to eat candy corn, by the way.
It definitely is.
It's horrible.
Yes.
Candy corn tastes like concentrated failure. And
last resort candy.
yeah. And so inexplicably, surprisingly, there were several people on that Facebook post who came to the defense of candy corn. And so
They ought to be ashamed of themselves.
they should be. And so me, out of spite, decided to post an even worse candy. I posted a post in defense of Mounds.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I'm not a big fan of Mounds either. I don't think they're that bad. I mean, if I had to choose between Mounds and candy corn, Mounds wins every time.
That literally was like this past election. One of them is the lesser of two evils.
Oh, God. I wouldn't go that far, but yeah. And apparently, some people still came to the defense of candy corn while dissing Mounds.
Mounds is awful.
It's not awful.
Mounds is awful. Out of all the selections,
I mean, what is?
choose? But I don't think I've ever seen anybody eat a Mounds bar
I mean, I've eaten
except for Joe Swanson from Family Guy.
That was a funny clip you showed me. But you know what? Mounds isn't that bad. I won't rush to its defense. Like I won't say that like it's the best candy. It's certainly I certainly wouldn't put it in my top 50 or top 100 for that matter. But it does in a pinch. And I'd say that like if I had to choose between that and candy corn, which tastes like depression, then I would choose Mounds. I mean,
I don't know. They're just both trash, along with Good and Plenty.
yeah. I mean, Good and Plenty, I'm not a big fan of myself.
Good
so
and Plenty is awful.
yeah.
Good and Plenty is also another like last resort candy bar. Like, well, not candy bar, candy.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there.
Like, you really have to be hungry.
Yeah.
If I was on my deathbed
Mm-hmm.
and I've had to choose between Good and Plenty, candy corn,
Yep.
and Mounds,
Yeah.
just to stay alive,
Yeah.
pull the plug.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You hate them that much?
Yes.
You wouldn't even take Mounds.
Nope.
Which is like the
First of all,
least
I hate
awful.
anything coconut.
Not even really.
Probably the only exception I can make is the Samoa Girl Scout cookies.
Those are good. I've had those. Yeah.
But I have to eat like a lot of them just to get more chocolate taste to completely like wipe out the coconut taste. I just hate the flavor and the texture.
I mean, it's something that I dig it. Like I would say, coconut oil is not good. It's not healthy at all. But because it's just nothing but saturated fats. Don't consume coconut oil, people. But coconut water is pretty good.
Awful.
It's good.
Awful.
No, I disagree. Coconut water
We disagree all the time, so this ain't nothing new.
No.
Coconut water is disgusting.
No, coconut water is tasty. It's healthy. It's good tasting and good for you. Think about it.
Kyle says I'd rather eat terrible Hawaiian pizza and then Good and Plenty.
Sir, how dare you compare the majesty of Hawaiian pizza to the trashness of Good and Plenty? You should be ashamed. Shame on you, sir. But yeah, Hawaiian pizza is absolutely delicious. It's the sexiest of all the pizzas, I would say. But
apparently you never had a chicken bacon ranch from Antonio's.
Oh, I've had a chicken bacon ranch.
Apparently you never had the taco pizza.
Oh, what's a taco pizza?
Oh, it's at Antonio's. That shit is amazing.
Oh, is that like the taco, like the ground beef?
Yeah, it's a taco. Yeah, it's a taco. Everything that's in a taco, but in a pizza.
Well, I'm gonna try that. Yeah, I'm putting that on my list. Taco pizza. Okay.
He really did put it on a list.
Cool. But yeah, like
coconut water is awesome. Y'all people are just the worst.
Thank you. Yes, coconut water is delicious and nutritious, and it hydrates you, especially if you're going after a nice run, jog, or even a simple brisk walk. It hydrates you. It quenches your thirst in like hot ass weather.
I would just take regular water and just be healthier.
Regular water. I mean, regular water is very useful.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely essential.
Yeah.
But coconut water is if you want that extra flavor.
Nope.
Coconut water is good. Coconut milk is also very good too.
I honestly I do not do milk. The only time I can drink milk is if there's like chocolate or strawberry like syrup in it.
Oh, are you lactose intolerant?
No, I just don't drink milk. I cannot drink milk.
But like, I will say on the milk tip, like if you go to Trader Joe's,
Here we go.
I highly recommend, and if you're a fan of cocoa or chocolate, try out the Trader Joe's cocoa cashew milk. And that shit is
What the fuck? What kind of combination? Trader Joe's has the weirdest combinations. Like, what was the
it was the popcorn. Oh, it was the caramel and cheddar popcorn.
That is disgusting.
That was glorious.
That is not a combination that should go together. Caramel and cheddar.
You would think
I
that.
like my I would like to.
You would think that.
You know what that sounds like?
What?
Did you ever get for Christmas the big ass 10 cans of popcorn where there's like split in the middle and you have butter, which was like basically just stale.
Yeah.
Then you had the cheddar popcorn was the best, and then you had the caramel corn.
Yeah.
And then somehow you take out the divider,
Mm-hmm.
and then they all mix in together,
Yeah.
and then you're pissed. So you gotta. So if you want some popcorn, you kind of just got to grab it and just eat them one by one.
Yeah.
It sounds like it tastes like the cheddar, a little bit of the cheddar flavor got into the caramel,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just like, it sounds like death.
I know you would think that, but yo, the caramel and the cheddar, they blend so well together. Like the flavor is out of this world.
Cheese and
Like,
caramel
it's
do
like-
not go together.
It's
Like pineapple on pizza.
it's like a orgy in your mouth. It is so good.
I wouldn't even. No, you've been watching too much Sausage Party, son. It is not. It is not a combination that should go together.
Yo, I'm telling.
Like pineapple on pizza.
Yo,
High five, Kyle.
listen, ham and pineapple on pizza is like mwah, like 5 stars.
I would take like ham, meatballs, sausage, and stuff. Like the meat lover pizzas.
Yeah, meat lover pizza is great, but like pineapple and ham, like yo, like it's just too. It's like the sweetness of pineapple and the salt and the sodium of ham blending together on the bed of cheese and red sauce. Especially if you put like pesto on it.
Mitch said they call it milk because no one wants to drink nut juice.
Okay, first of all, that's just uncalled for and ratchet for no reason. And while we're on
It
the
is okay.
and while we're on the like I said, like go to Trader Joe's when we're talking about milk, the caramel, not the caramel, the cocoa cashew milk, well worth it. I love it, and of course, almond milk.
Gross.
Almond milk is delicious.
Doesn't seem like it just wouldn't go together with me.
Yo.
It's milk. I wouldn't even go near it.
I mean, almond milk is
Like
it's essentially like water mixed in with almonds, basically, and it's delicious. And it's healthier, much healthier than regular milk, which is full of those enzymes and all that GMO shit.
Nope.
See,
No, I can't do milk. I cannot do milk. Like growing up, I just did not drink. Like plain. If the milk's white, I won't drink it.
milk is
Like you gotta add like chocolate syrup or like Yoo-hoo or like not Yoo-hoo, Nesquik and stuff, chocolate or strawberry. That's the only time I'll drink milk or like protein.
like the protein powder.
Yeah. Other than that, I will not drink it. And it's something. It's been like that ever since I was a kid.
I don't know, man. That's
It's like
not-
the Undertaker, and you want to know it reminds me of the Undertaker's greatest
it's
enemy:
cucumbers.
cucumbers.
Which is so weird.
It's the weirdest thing ever. I think it's hilarious though, but like that's
Yeah, like someone as badass as the Undertaker is afraid of cucumbers.
cucumbers.
That's fascinating.
Cucumbers.
to
I
me.
will post that video on our Facebook.
Yeah, that is fascinating to me. But yeah, man. Oh, Kyle Chapman says on the subject of pizza, Cecilia's deep dish pepperoni is hands down the goat.
I don't think I've ever ate Cecilia's before.
I don't think I have either.
I think there's one in East Providence.
Okay, I think I will add that to the list of pizzerias. But if you want like great pizza, the like absolutely exceptional pizza in Rhode Island, Nice Slice.
Antonio's is better.
Antonio's has greater variety. I give him that.
Antonio's is better.
But Nice Slice, like their vegan pizzas, their vegan pizzas are fucking masterful.
Didn't I put you on a Nice Slice?
No, you didn't.
Are you sure? Because we did.
No, wait. Yeah, we went to Nice Slice. It was
after Spock's concert.
Yeah, we did.
Shout out to Spock Summer. I haven't seen him in a while.
But like their vegan pizzas are out of this world, though. Don't sleep. Do not sleep. You don't have to be vegan to appreciate Nice Slice's vegan
Hawaiian
pizzas.
pizza is the Jar Jar Binks of food.
Sir. Sir. You are out of line, Kyle Chapman. You are out of line. You may be the biggest hater this side of the Mississippi, but that was out of line, sir. Jar Jar Binks of food. Man, I swear. Yo, all you people sleeping on Hawaiian pizza.
It's horrible.
It is not horrible. Yo, Hawaiian pizza is like the Lion King
Angry
of
face
pizzas.
that. You put a laughing emoji.
No, I put the angry face next to
No,
this
put
comment.
the laughing emoji on that.
No,
That was funny.
Nah. Listen, yo, Hawaiian pizza is the Lion King of pizzas.
No, the hell it ain't.
Yes, it is.
No, hell yeah. I'll give it Treasure Planet.
Yo, how dare you, sir? Really? I mean, Treasure Planet ain't bad, but come on, man. It ain't mediocre now.
Then obviously, if you say Treasure Planet is mediocre, that's too good of a comparison.
Okay, first of all, explain to me, why do you hate Hawaiian pizza?
It doesn't go together. Freaking fruit on salty food like that. No, it's not a combination. It's not a good combination. Not at all.
You ever had salad with fruit?
Hate it.
Well, of course you'd hate it because you're not you don't eat healthy. But
I do actually.
But I'm telling you, y'all sleeping. Y'all sleeping big time on Hawaiian pizza, man. Yo,
It is awful.
yeah. See, y'all wrong. See,
No, we're not.
I will be the Roman Reigns in this. I will be one against all. I will be the guy to defend Hawaiian pizza's honor, because y'all don't know. You see, y'all when it comes to pizza, y'all are just too conservative. Y'all like your pepperoni and your cheese, and that's it. Me,
No, you don't.
Me,
Didn't I just tell you I like the chicken bacon ranch, the taco pizza, the barbecue chicken pizza?
Yeah. That's all amateur hour. Hawaiian pizza is where it's at.
That is the Lion King sequel.
No, Lion King. Are you comparing?
Hawaiian pizza is the Lion Guard.
Whoa. Are you
Hawaiian
serious?
pizza is the Fantastic Four with Michael B. Jordan.
Fuck you, sir. Fuck you. Get out. I'm cutting your mic off right now. I'm gonna adjust the volume right here.
Touch my vibe.
See, sir. I think Mitch agrees with me.
Hawaiian pizza is that 1978 Doctor Strange movie.
See, Mitch agrees with me. He says that it's the sweet and salty that
It's
makes it
awful.
so good.
The sweet and salty does not go together.
It goes together. It's such a wonderful, masterful blend. Like, you think that's the beauty of it. You think it won't go together, but it does. It's like chocolate and peanut butter. It's like Nutella and jelly. It's like
that is disgusting.
I don't know. I've never had Nutella. Is Nutella like peanut butter?
No, it's like chocolate, but it's made from not nutmeg. I'm having a brain fart about it.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It's just two great flavors that go well together.
Yeah.
And you know what? You can disagree with me all you want, but at the end of the day,
will.
I am right in this. I am fully right.
Hazelnut.
Well, that sounds like Badussi. But anyway, but I am right in my convictions.
Thanks, Heather.
I will be the Adrian Price of Hawaiian pizza. Much like he defends Roman Reigns, I will be the defender of Hawaiian pizza. And I will be right. I will win every single debate when it comes to Hawaiian pizza.
I would rather wear an I Love Roman Reigns shirt than eat Hawaiian pizza.
Moving on to the
I said it.
moving on to the news and headlines. Before we get into all that, let's give another shout out to our wonderful sponsor here.
Studio headphones,
Yes.
high quality, fashionable. and affordable.
Yes.
Just go to studio.com and use the promo code Codex to receive 15% off of your purchase.
And free shipping in the USA.
I saved that for you because I know you love to say it.
Oh yeah, 24-hour battery life, Bluetooth capable, and crystal clear sound, which is the audio equivalent of Hawaiian pizza.
Don't diss our sponsors like that. What the hell is wrong with you, man?
I love it. I love it. But yes, let's move on to the news and headlines here. And we unfortunately have to move to first on a serious note. Unfortunately, there was a mass shooting that took place at Jacksonville, Florida, at the GLHF game bar. A gunman opened fire at a Madden tournament on Sunday, killing 2 people and injuring 10 others. And the 2 victims who died in the shooting were Eli Clayton, 22 years old, and 27-year-old Taylor Robertson. Damn.
Real champions right there. The guy who opened fire was a flat-out bitch. He literally ran amok and started blasting because he lost.
Wow, that's just fucked up.
I mean, I lost in the Freddy Cup. You don't see none of my friends dead.
For real. Yeah, man, it's just...
Like, that, it was just pure ignorance. Like, okay, you won championships before. Losing one ain't gonna kill you.
Yeah, for real, man. And yeah, this gunman took it too far, and yeah, he's a bitch. And quite frankly, ain't nobody gonna remember that motherfucker's name. And these mass shootings, like I said, gone way too out of control. But that's a whole other discussion. But
Yeah, it is. We don't need to get into
yeah, but yeah, our thoughts and well wishes and prayers go to Eli Clayton and Taylor Robertson,
and
their
everybody
families.
was affected because there was like 11 people wounded, I believe, too.
10 others.
Yeah.
But they all seem to be. They're all going to survive, according to reports.
Still fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, that shit pissed me off.
Yeah, man. There's no need for that kind of violence. But yeah, moving on to some other lighter news. Unfortunately, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, unfortunately, has been put on hold by Disney. Disney has stuck by his decision to not rehire James Gunn, who was fired by the studio a few weeks ago due to some right-wing trolls digging up tweets of offensive jokes he made nearly 10 years ago. Disney informed crew members of the film that they are now free to look for new work in the meantime, and the studio is currently searching for a new director of Guardians 3.
It still sucks. Yeah, that still sucks. I mean...
Yeah.
10 years ago, he was a different person because I said I said offensive shit 6 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Shoot. It's if all of our like private conversations among friends or family were recorded, none of us would have jobs by Monday morning.
Jesus Christ. Not especially with my group chat. And I need my group chat. I need it.
Yeah, man. And this is just absolute BS. And plus, on top of that, Disney, I hear that they still are going to use James Gunn's script.
So, I mean...
Yeah. And I know Batista's pissed off about the decision, too. He went on Twitter and...
Yeah, he defended him like there was no tomorrow. But, I mean...
Yeah.
At least, but I know, the least that he wanted was at least for them to use the script.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're going to get that. But who can you see directing Guardians?
I heard that Taika Waititi's name's been thrown around a lot. He directed Thor Ragnarok.
Right. I can see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see it, but it's like Thor Ragnarok had its significant look.
Yeah.
That I just don't see matching with Guardians. Because the Guardians had their own significant look as well.
Yeah, like the bright colors and all that. I think it would be a natural fit.
You think so?
Yeah, it would be consistent.
The cinematography just looks a slab bit different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it would fit.
The same humor, yes.
Yeah, same humor, same tone, definitely.
Yeah,
but I'm not a big fan of not rehiring James Gunn, and I hope that Gunn will have the opportunity to take on even better projects.
I heard he's looking. I heard DC's after him.
Yo, James Gunn doing a DC film? I'd be for it.
But who would he do? Because
He could do maybe the Hal Jordan film, the Green Lantern Corps. I mean, he did Guardians, space, intergalactic hijinks in action.
Kyle
Hey.
said James Cameron to direct Guardians 3.
Nah,
I think it would be. I think James Cameron's works is a little too serious. I don't think I've ever seen a James Cameron like comedy.
like you know what? You're absolutely right. I think the closest would be True Lies. And even then, it wasn't an outright comedy. It just
Right.
had like some funny moments.
Yeah.
Yeah. And James Cameron, he's wrapped up with the Avatar films,
Those are gonna be so good.
parts 2 to 5.
Yeah, those are gonna be so good. Cause even though the first Avatar isn't like not necessarily memorable, but in a way it was groundbreaking.
Oh yeah, it certainly was groundbreaking, and like in terms of visually, especially.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I'm so surprised though, like, and I've made this point before on the show that like for a movie that's like the highest grossing movie of all time, over $2 billion, like it hasn't made like a big pop culture footprint at all.
It has, but not as big as it should.
Yeah, like it definitely like brought back the whole 3D movies.
Yeah.
On a regular basis, but like, has it influenced like other works of fiction?
To an extent.
Yeah, but not as big as one would expect, though.
Yeah. Wait, you said Avatar's still the biggest selling of all time?
Yeah.
I thought Infinity Wars passed it.
No, like
And Star Wars passed it too.
No, in terms of like worldwide box office.
That still holds it.
Yeah, yeah, over 2 billion. Yeah, you can look up on Box Office Mojo. Last I checked, Avatar is like still the highest grossing movie in the world, like of all time. But if you're talking about like domestic box office, then yeah, like Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Black Panther, Infinity War, like though they've been record breakers too. But yeah, as far as like other directors of Guardians 3, like Taika Waititi would be a good fit. Maybe, well, I was gonna say Edgar Wright, but he kind of fell out with the MCU.
Top 28. How should I look this up? Like.
Yeah, look up.
Wait, all time.
Yeah, all time, right there. So right now, worldwide.
Okay, domestic Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Adjusted for inflation, Gone with the Wind. Worldwide, yeah, Avatar.
Yep. Avatar's still the number one. But yeah, I don't know who would.
Those are my only. Tiki Waititi is probably the best fit, I would say.
Yeah, I'd say you might as well get him in the mix and have him do that, or maybe Peyton Reed, who did the Ant-Man films. He could do it. Yeah. Or Sylvester Stallone.
No.
He directs films.
He does, but I mean, I can't see. Not as a comedy.
That would be an interesting choice, though, for sure. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the future holds for Guardians 3, and some other comic book movie news. Alec Baldwin joins the Joaquin Phoenix Joker film. This is reported from The Hollywood Reporter. Baldwin will play Bruce Wayne's father, Thomas Wayne, who is described by the script as, quote, a cheesy and tanned businessman who is more in the mold of a 1980s Donald Trump.
He does do Trump on Saturday Night Live.
He does, but, like, imagine, like, Thomas Wayne, Bruce Wayne's father, as, like, a Trump-esque figure. Like,
kind of.
Just with
see it.
Orange spray tan, fucked up hair. Like, we have the best bat suits. Our Batmobiles are so tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. We're going to make Gotham City great again. We're going to build a wall of kryptonite. We're going to keep the aliens out.
You're watching those too much. You're doing that a little bit too well. Oh, wait, but then there's my favorite. It's an island.
Oh, God.
Surrounded by water. Ocean water. Big water. What the fuck is this?
Oh, my God. When you talk about Puerto Rico... Like,
that's what it was.
Yeah, I facepalmed so hard, man. I caved my face.
I laughed so hard.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, that'll be an interesting interesting role. Baldwin will also join Zazie Beetz and Robert De Niro in the Joaquin Phoenix Joker film, and production begins in New York this September.
You seen what he tweeted? He's like, when Joaquin Phoenix, I don't think he tweeted it, but he was like, I don't give a damn what y'all think about this. Like, that's confidence for your ass.
Hey, Joaquin Phoenix is a great actor.
He is.
And, like, I want to see his Joker. Like, I know his Joker will blow away Jared Leto's for sure. And Jared Leto's a good actor. Like, given the proper chance, like, Jared Leto, I think he could still make the Joker role work. But Suicide Squad was horrible. And, and his character didn't need to be in that movie.
No, not at all.
So,
He would have been better. The movie would have been better if the Joker was the antagonist.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been, like... But, I don't know.
Here's how Suicide Squad could have worked. He just tried to rescue. He spends the movie trying to convince Harley Quinn to go with him. Go back to him.
Okay.
And then he actually gets it back. And the villain wins. That's like so much better. That was a better scenario.
That would be.
Than Enchantress.
Oh, yeah. Pop locking.
God was so awful.
Like Turbo from Breaking.
No, don't disrespect Turbo like that.
No, you just need to add a broom in that scene.
No, don't disrespect Turbo like that. Turbo's a veteran. I've watched Breaking so much that like.
Now, was that in the first Breaking or Electric Boogaloo?
No, the broom scene.
Yeah,
that was the first one.
Okay.
I studied that movie left and right back in my days.
Hey, it's a hip hop classic. I'll give you that.
It is.
Matter of fact, like I used to love watching Crush Groove when it came on BET.
Yeah.
Run's House, LL Cool J's screen debut. Yeah, man. Yo, damn, 80s hip hop was so great. But yeah, some other movie news here as well. Danny Boyle has stepped down from directing Bond 25. Danny Boyle, he was originally hired to direct the next installment of James Bond, but has now left the project due to tensions over John Hodges' script for the film. John Hodges is a longtime collaborator of Danny Boyle's, having written the scripts for both Trainspotting films, which Boyle directed, as well as The Beach with Leo DiCaprio. Boyle decided to use Hodges' script over that of screenwriters Neil Purvis and Robert Wade, who both have written all of the previous Daniel Craig Bond films. And the release of the of the 25th Bond film as a result has now been pushed back to late 2020. And right now, producers are looking for another director to take on the project, and some names that have been thrown about to direct the Bond 25th film include Edgar Wright, which is a really interesting choice, David Mackenzie, who directed Hell or High Water, John Mark Valley, who directed Sharp Objects on HBO and Big Little Lies, and Yan Demange, who directed 71 with Jack O'Connell. Yeah, unfortunately, it's too bad that Danny Boyle stepped down. Danny Boyle, he's a fantastic director in his own right. He did such films as Slumdog Millionaire, 28 Days Later, Trance with James McAvoy and Rosario Dawson, and most recently Steve Jobs with Michael Fassbender and Kate Winslet. Edgar Wright directing a Bond film would be really, really intriguing, because if you look at Edgar Wright's films like Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, The World's End, Baby Driver, just to see him bring that sensibility, especially with editing, to the Bond franchise would be like a really visually fresh start, and I almost want to see that happen. David Mackenzie, who did Hell or High Water with Ben Foster and Chris Pine and Jeff Bridges, that's an awesome film, which came out 2 years ago. Awesome crime drama. That would be a really interesting project for him, considering what he did with the crime drama film, crime film genre, I should say. Seeing him bring that sensibility to 007 would be worth looking out for. John Mark Valley, who also did Sharp Objects and Big Little Lies. He also did Dallas Buyers Club with Matthew McConaughey, who won an Oscar for that, as well as Jared Leto, and Wild with Reese Witherspoon. Dramatically, he does a great job in the dramatic genre. I think he could do a similar job to like Sam Mendes like he did with Skyfall.
Did you hear about that they were actually looking into Idris Elba to do Bond? And
Yeah,
Idris Elba was like, nah.
yeah. Like, I would have loved to see Idris Elba as 007 because like that would be like right up his alley because he's like smooth brother. He's British, great actor. Like, easily could play the role. I'm wondering who could play 007. Now that we're thinking about directors, I'm thinking about who could be the next Bond after Daniel Craig. Before my picks were Chiwetel Ejiofor. He was my top choice next to Idris Elba. But now I'm thinking maybe Michael Fassbender. He definitely has the look.
Yeah, I could see Michael Fassbender doing it.
Yeah, like
He's got to redeem himself from Assassin's Creed.
yeah, he's doing all right. With Steve Jobs and like the X-Men films. Well, except Apocalypse, but can't really blame that on him.
Apocalypse is just the biggest like dumpster fire that
I wouldn't call it a dumpster fire, but it was certainly disappointing.
you liked it.
I liked it at first, but like it's one of those Apocalypse. Like I said, it's one of those movies where you watch it at first and you enjoy it well enough, but then when you think back on it, you realize that okay, yeah, it's not as good as I thought it was. Okay, because this part wasn't that good. This part kind of bothers me when I think about it. Like up to scrutiny, it doesn't hold up. Another actor who could play Christian Bale. He could still do a couple of 007 films. Like in fact,
It's possible.
like in fact, I heard that he was originally offered to do 007 like over 10 years ago, but then he decided to do Batman, which was a better choice.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't knock him for that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did the right thing with that one.
yeah. Or maybe like do like a old man Bond. Just like
Christian Bale's not that old.
no, like take Pierce Brosnan, like old man Bond, and just like do like a complete one-off that's like not connected to any of the other Bond films, just like a completely original story.
Or maybe they can do like something like they did with Batman Beyond.
Oh, yeah, like Bond could be like the mentor to like another
To a younger James Bond.
yeah, like a younger 007.
Yeah.
That would be a good idea. I like that. Like he could
First, it's mine.
yo trademark that. Yo, put an R with a circle around it.
Yo, for real. Restricted, bitches.
But yeah, man. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see who's gonna direct Bond 25. I know that this film was supposed to come out like a couple of years ago, but it's like some production delays and whatnot kind of held it
Developmental
back.
hell.
Yeah, and Daniel Craig, like he's almost, I think he's pushing 50, but he could still do the role because like he's still in shape. But
Batista's 50.
oh yeah, that's true. And
He's just pushing 50. Billy Gunn's 53.
yeah.
He's holding it down in New Japan.
Oh really? Nice. Yeah, Undertaker 70. But but yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see who's gonna do the next film. And have you seen any of the Bond films at all? Just out of curiosity.
I think the last one I saw was like GoldenEye.
Oh man, really?
Yeah.
You-
It's mainly because I love the game so much.
Oh, yeah, the game is dope. Well, was dope, but it doesn't hold up now. But the movie does.
I think mainly because of graphics and the slow, and then we're just so technically advanced. But I bet like you probably would have like a time if you was like say if it was like a Freddy Cup game, it wouldn't be because it's a fighting game. But like say if we were in a scenario like that,
Yeah.
we would have a ball.
Yeah, I had to like get used to the controls, and but the controls are so unwieldy though. Ugh. But
Yeah, that's why I never liked the N64 controller.
yeah,
To me, it was just a little too big, and it was just a little too much.
yeah, I agree. Like it was comfortable enough, but like I agree. Like
Yeah, the PlayStation controller is way more comfortable.
oh yeah, but yeah, like you haven't seen any of the Daniel Craig Bond films like Casino Royale, Skyfall?
Bits and pieces of it,
Oh, you should see.
but I never had a chance to like really sit down and watch them.
Oh, you should see the whole thing. It's really good. That and Skyfall. Those are the two you should definitely watch.
I love the song by Adele for Skyfall.
Yeah, that movie is awesome. It's my favorite Bond film right now. Other news here: Hulu is planning to revive Veronica Mars.
My sister is going to lose her shit. As a matter of fact, when you edit this, I need you to text me like the timestamp.
Okay.
Just so I'm like, I will send her this. I'm like, listen, to this part. Listen to the podcast at this part. She will lose her freaking mind.
Nice. Yeah, so Hulu, the streaming service, is looking to bring back series star Kristen Bell and series creator Rob Thomas to bring back the series. And Rob Thomas, who's the creator, who will also write the new episodes of Veronica Mars. And the show originally ran for 2 seasons on UPN in 2005 and then moved to the CW for its 3rd season in 2006. And a feature film was released in 2014.
And she loved that show.
It was a dope show.
I never watched it because they watched it. And I'm like
it's
I don't want to watch nothing that y'all like. But now we watch This Is Us together.
Yeah, like Veronica Mars still holds up. Like the first season is the best one. It's a dope mystery, and season two was good. wasn't as great as the first season, but still worth watching. And part 3 was also interesting too. I haven't seen the movie that came out in 2014, but it was a dope series. I really liked it a lot. And man, if they can bring back Veronica Mars, I'm curious to see how they can continue that character. And speaking of other TV shows, I'm not sure if anybody cares still, but The Walking Dead season 9 villain has been revealed, for whatever that's worth. Ryan Hurst from Sons of Anarchy.
OP.
Yes, he will star as Beta, a villain featured in the comics as of now. And Beta is the lieutenant of the Whisperers, a group that wears suits made of human flesh to survive amongst the walkers. Ooh. And so Andrew Lincoln will leave the show at the end of season 9, along with Lauren Cohan, who will star in only 6 episodes next season. Showrunner Angela Kang will be the new head of the show, and she's working alongside executive producer Greg Nicotero. And they promised that season 9 will bring the show back to form, but I think at this point, for me, speaking only for myself, it's too little, too late.
Yeah. Like, I'm still gonna hold on. Like, I'll check it out, but it's like I'll have it there. I'll watch it, but it's like, it's time. It's time. Like, last season was the perfect series finale.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I agree. Like they should have ended at season 7, if you ask me.
If anything, they should have skipped a lot. Still had Negan. I think they just did Negan a little too late.
Yeah, too late.
They had like a couple of like seasons that I would just filler.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they could have just like skipped right over it and just skipped. They could have skipped right over all that and just went to Negan. They could have went to Negan right from what was it? Not this.
Like maybe
Terminus.
Yeah, like that was right after the Governor, right? Was Terminus right after the Governor?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a perfect time to bring.
But it
bring
did the
Negan.
Terminus because Terminus was cool.
Yeah.
And then like when they split up for a little bit, that was okay. That was cool.
Yeah.
And then they could have got back together, skipped all that filler,
Yeah.
and went right straight to Negan while everybody still was like really, really watching.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that like they brought Negan in too late.
Too late, yeah.
And plus, Negan isn't a good villain. He's not a good character at all. At least in my opinion.
I think he was. It's just that we was already like done with the show at that point.
Yeah.
Like Jeffrey Dean Morgan is perfect,
Yeah.
but it's just that we were already burnt out of the show.
Yeah. That's true. For me, after the season 7 premiere, like shortly after that, I'm like, yeah, I see the writing on the wall, man. I'm not sticking around for this.
Yeah, and Ryan Hurst is a good actor. He was in Remember the Titans.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah, he played Jerry Birdia.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. It's been years.
And if you ever decide to watch Sons of Anarchy, okay, small spoiler.
Okay.
No, it's kind of a big spoiler. I'm
All
not
right.
gonna tell you how.
Okay.
Okay, but his character dies.
Okay.
But his character's death is right up there with Glenn's. People mourned
Really?
for a character's death.
Okay. All right. I'm intrigued now. All right. Oh, speaking of Sons of Anarchy, are you gonna watch Mayans MC?
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah.
Fifth Agreement. Be skeptical, but listen, because I think Mayans, the series just doesn't need it. He doesn't need it.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be made. It's like it's just trying to resurrect. It's trying to get whatever he can out of Sons. Because he did Sons, big hit.
Yeah.
He tried to do the Bastard Executioner. Failed. He canceled it because simply nobody was watching it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we didn't need another medieval show because everybody was already way too invested in the Game of Thrones. So it was like Kurt Sutter trying to do Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I see.
So it was like, no, that was an idea that didn't work. So it's like Kurt Sutter went back to his comfort zone. And he went to the Mayans.
Okay.
I mean, but what really people wanted was like, people wanted the story of the first 9.
Yeah.
Of the Sons of Anarchy, which was like the original, like it was a prequel. You know, the original stories of JT and Clay and Piney and how they formed the Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
You'll end up learning about them if you ever decide to watch the show.
Okay.
Now you've been saying that you were intrigued, but you just don't.
Other things have been popping up for me. Like I still gotta watch season 2 of Westworld.
Yeah. Is that over? Is the second season over?
Oh yeah, it's been over for like a couple months now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's been in my queue on HBO. I still gotta watch that show.
I still gotta finish Orange is the New Black.
I still haven't started that season. I will though.
Yeah, I gotta bang that down. I've been working on Insecure and Ballers.
Yo.
So we need to have another discussion on that shit. That was last season's discussion was hilarious.
Oh, on Insecure?
Yeah.
Oh, it certainly was. Like
I look back to
Oh yeah.
listen to that sometimes.
Like are you all caught up with Insecure right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yo, what do you think of this season so far?
It's interesting. It's interesting. I'm really interested. I'm really intrigued to see where Issa goes right now.
Yeah. I mean, even though like Issa's pretty wishy-washy, like her and Daniel, they're just
Trust me, that happens.
I know, but it's like
it happens.
But it's like communication, people.
I'm still wondering. I'm like, okay, where's Lawrence at?
You know, I think Lawrence's story is done. I don't see them bringing him back and having him fit in the show.
No, it's possible.
I mean, look, well, I would say like if they bring back Lawrence, like have him be like a little like
a cameo appearance,
like a cameo appearance, but then have him be like sort of petty, be like, oh hey, how's it going? Like, oh, he's just being all awkward. Oh, you know, things, you know, so, and he's like, yeah, you know, man, things have been great. You know, I'm engaged now. I got this
my best life.
Yep, living my best life. I got this new job.
I love that song.
I'm making.
That's got to be his song. My song until the summer of 2018.
Yeah.
That song is just hilarious.
Lawrence could be super petty, but you just humble bragging, like,
That's
I'm making 6 figures now. I'm getting engaged. Like, yo, how are things with you?
I can see them taking the Love and Basketball approach.
Really?
They split up. Lawrence is doing his thing. Issa's, kind of struggling, but then they come back. He comes back. He's engaged and all that, but then like old feelings come back, and then ultimately at the end they possibly get back together and all that.
See,
They're just like better, but they're in better situations.
See, I think that's what several fans would want to see.
Yeah,
but
I can see them doing it. But can you see them doing it?
I can see them doing it, but that's not what I would want to see. I think that's too predictable, in my opinion.
It is. That's very predictable.
Yeah, just have Lawrence live his best life. You know, that could be his theme song for life.
Going back and forth with you. Have you heard that song?
I haven't heard the song in full. No, I heard like a snippet.
I will YouTube the fuck out of that song.
But
you gotta watch the video.
Oh, the video?
Oh god, the video is hilarious.
Okay, all right. But yeah, we will get into another TV discussion episode, man, at some point.
Yeah,
man.
I have a couple of guests in mind too.
Okay, all right, interesting. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all we got for the headlines and whatnot. And as always, you can email the show at codexprimepodcast@gmail.com, as well as leave your comments here in the episode chat.
You are going too fast.
I'm going too fast. I'm moving like the Flash, man. I read too many Flash comics. But
trust me, being the Flash ain't all that great.
Oh yeah.
If you catch my drift. Way over your head.
Yeah, this way over my head, man. I'm trying to think.
Because we've got question of the week. Last week's question of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And this week, last week's was, what was your all-time favorite SummerSlam match?
Mm-hmm.
On Instagram, at Put You On Roof said Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect from SummerSlam 91.
Excellent match.
AJ presents the Greater Good, which is we will be collaborating with them soon.
Mm-hmm.
Get a nice good code extra in. For pure enjoyment, the first TLC.
Ah, yeah.
And Facebook, I can never get these things ready.
Yeah, just scrolling through. I'll say another good SummerSlam match real quick was CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar at the 2013 SummerSlam.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Oh, and Shannon J. Harley said, my son answered this one for me. A tag team between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins and Sheamus and Cesaro.
Oh, was that last year or the year before?
Oh, this guy had to have been the year before.
Okay.
So, this week,
Okay.
name what was your favorite yet underrated TV series?
Favorite yet underrated TV series. Homeboys in Outer Space.
I should smack the shit out of you.
God, that show is awful.
You know what? It's probably on YouTube.
It probably is, and I am not going out of my way to watch it.
I probably would.
Yeah.
I probably would just be like, God damn it, I got it.
That's a good question. Favorite yet underrated TV
series. I liked The Small Wonder as a kid.
Mm-hmm. Small Wonder. I remember that show. I feel like I've answered this before. I know it's Phantom 2040. Like, as far as cartoons go in the 90s, that was very underrated. That was a favorite of mine.
Spawn, the animated series. I feel like it didn't really get its due.
That was on HBO, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would go with that. I would go with Spawn, the animated series.
Okay. Yeah. Whew. Dang.
I say like Pacific Blue, La Femme Nikita.
Yeah, I remember the commercials for La Femme Nikita.
Duckman.
Duckman was. I've seen a couple episodes. It wasn't bad.
I watched Duckman religiously as a kid.
Underrated. Favorite yet underrated. Dang, I really can't say.
The Hard Times of R.J. Berger.
I haven't heard of that one.
That was fun. I'm so mad they took that off of Netflix. That show was hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, it was about a nerd. It was about a nerd who traditional high school nerd who got pantsed in gym.
Yeah.
And the whole school was able to see.
Like everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was huge.
Okay.
So like all the girls like they knew about him now.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like he was a complete nerd that everybody would like pick on, but yet all the girls kind of wanted to get with him.
Wow.
And he just went through like a whole bunch of like crazy, like his parents divorced, and his mom ended up sleeping with the gym teacher who was always a dick to him.
Oh man. Wow.
So yeah, I would go Spawn the animated series and Hard Times at R.J. Berger.
Okay. And I'll stick with Phantom 2040.
All right. So yeah, let us know. That should be on the social medias within a day or two. Mm-hmm. And anything else you got?
Well, you can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and watch all of our episodes on SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes. SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes.
Google Play.
And Google Play, yes. Leave us a 5-star review on iTunes as well.
Yes. You email us anytime at codexprimepodcast@gmail.com. Also, pick up a shirt. We have merchandise. Go to wehavemerch.com/collections/Codex Prime Podcast, or just go to wehavemerch.com and search Codex Prime Podcast. We'll be up there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Buy a t-shirt. You look 100% more sexy.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Look at me. Drink it in, man.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man, yeah. But yes, that'll about do it for this week's episode. We will be back next Tuesday, same time, same channel, and as always, we will catch you on the flip. Peace out, nerds.
Later.